Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
The next here we are going to talk about the warm-up, listening and speaking activity. Here what is required that you have to play a game of relay dictation. Relay you must be knowing it's a part of a race only where the one person is moving to reaching to the another partner and they are exchanging something and then that partner will stay there and the another one will move to the further race. The class here, basically here they are not going to talk about that, but here what is required, this is the activity, classroom activity is going to be conducted. The class can be divided into groups of 4. In each group there will be one amanuensis or the writer. Amanuensis or the writer means the one who will note down the things. The teacher will put up a passage of about 80 words on the notice board. And what is on the part of the teacher? The teacher is going to put one information or any of the passage on the notice board. When she gives the signal to start, one student from the group other than the writer will run to the notice board and read as much of the passage as he or she can remember. So they simply have to run to the notice board, they have to read the part and they have to keep it in their mind. Then they will run back to the group and will start dictating to the writer. And whatever based on their knowledge, after reading that they are able to dictate over there, the writer has to write it down. As soon as the first person returns to the group, soon he will reach there, the second member of the group will find out till where he or she has read and then would run to the board to continue reading from there, and so on the game will go. This will continue turn by turn till the entire passage has been relayed back to the writer, till the whole passage has been dictated to the writer in the group. After that, groups can exchange their written work for correction. Then they will find out that who has done the mistake. So it is a activity which is actually going to increase the knowledge and the concentration and if we talk about the focus of the students, because here they have to concentrate that what they are reading and then they have to keep in their mind, and after that they have to dictate it to the another partner. So this is going to be very interesting activity which is based on listening and speaking. Now let's practice listening. Here the story is given. You need to read the story given below and need to try to guess how it ends. Then listen to your teacher reading out the story and list the differences of the actual reading with yours. So here one particular story has been given. You simply have to listen to your teacher. Here the story is given. The half part of that story is given. You have to imagine on your own. So you have to just think that how the story could end. After that you have to listen to your teacher who will read out the story in front of you. After that what you have to do, you have to list the differences of the actual reading with yours. Means what was your imagination and what is the actual story read by your teacher. So there was a slave in ancient Carthage. His master was very cruel. He used to beat him severely over trifles. The slave was tired of this life. He ran away into jungle nearby and hid himself in a cave. Very soon a lion entered the cave. At first the slave was terrified. He, however, soon saw that the lion was groaning with pain. The slave went near the lion to see what the matter was. The lion held up his wounded paw. The slave saw a big thorn stuck in the paw. He pulled out the thorn. The lion in gratefulness began to lick his hand. They became friends and lived happily. After some time, the slave went to Carthage. His master saw him and caught him. According to the custom prevailing there, the slave was ordered to be thrown into a pit with a hungry lion. As soon as it was announced that a slave would face a hungry lion, thousands of people went to the arena to see the fight. A hungry lion was soon let loose. So this is the first part of the story given to you. Clear? Now after that you have to imagine that what according to you is going to be the ending of the story. Then your teacher will read it out in front of you, and then you have to find out the difference between the two. What the real story was, which would be told to you by the teacher, and what you actually imagine. Clear? So that activity is based on your listening. Then you have to note down the points of the difference just to match the both. Now move to the next part, that is, let's practice speaking. Here you have to work in groups of 4 and need to play the roles assigned to you for each of the given situations. So that is also the role play activity. That is going to be the role play activity that you have to be the part of. The first situation they have given, and then the task of the different participant they have mentioned here. So look at that. A young girl wants to leave her city and go to a different state for higher studies. Her parents ask a friend what he thinks about it. So here the situation is given. A young girl, she wants to leave her city and want to go to some other state for higher studies, and the discussion was done by her parents with the friend. Here, as a first participant, you have to play the role of a girl, the one who is determined about what she wants to study and do. So you have to play the role of a girl. The first person or the one member of the group is going to play the role of this girl here, and accordingly you have to frame your sentences or the dialogue that you are going to use during your conversation or the discussion. The second participant has to play the role of girl's father, who is vehemently against his daughter going far, who is very strongly opposing her daughter to not to go outside in any other state for the higher studies. The third participant, if we talk about the girl's mother, the third group member is going to play the role of the girl's mother, who is quietly supportive of the girl, who is in the favor of the girl and want her to go for higher studies in any other state. These are the hints given to you so that you can frame your own sentences and you can do the conversation and discussion over the same. The fourth participant is a neighbor, who is a professor at the local college and tries to give a balanced view to both sides of the argument. So here the girl, first participant who want to go to another state for higher studies, other two participants, one is father and one is the mother of that girl, and the fourth one is the neighbor, who is actually the one who is going to present the both views, one as a favor also and as a protestant also, who don't want to go ahead for the other state. So here, as these characters, you have to think over the different dialogues and you need to prepare yourself and you need to start with the discussion. The second situation is given here. A young man wants to get married. His parents think he is too young and ask an elderly relative to intervene. So this is the second situation given here. So the different four participants here also we need. The first one, the young man, who is going to play the role of the young man who is in love but does not know the responsibilities, who want to get married but he is not aware that how to take the responsibilities, because according to the parents he is too young now. He is too young yet. Second participant is going to be the mother. You have to play the role of the mother who wants her son to work and experience the world, who is insisting on her son to work, get the job first and then experience the world. The third participant is the father, who would be happy if marriage made his son responsible and who is thinking that if he would be married then definitely responsibilities will be there and that all the things will be in control. Fourth participant is an elderly uncle who was called to intervene in this matter. So the fourth role play is going to be of elderly uncle who is neutral and points out advantages and disadvantages of an early marriage. So he is neutral, he is not in the favor of getting married, or he don't want him to get married, but he keep both the points, the advantages as well as disadvantages of the early marriage. So this is the second situation, and accordingly you have to do the role play of the different characters here.